Field is set. 30 laps the distance. KJ looks the field over. Peter Blue. Matt Talbot up on the throttle. Here we come. We're underway. Pure stock style down into turn number 1.
Blue able to pull away from Talbot and Benoit for the moment. Talbot, something happened.
A little bit loose off the corner. Everybody gathers up behind him. And Bob Bettencourt III channels his dad and goes 3 wide to try to avoid the altercations in front of him and settles in just in front of Jared Cordeira.
Meanwhile, at the front of the field, Blue, Ethan Souza, and Danny Massa now will go single file across the start-finish line, with O'Hara and Robidoux trying to take a peek on the inside. Now move out, and Greg Perry will round out the top 6.
Benoit backsliding on the top side as she is struggling to get back up to speed as the field thunders by on the inside, wholesale style. Up front, Blue sets a pace. Ethan Souza trying to line him up, takes a peek down to the inside off of turn number 2, gets a nose up underneath. A pair of Camaros racing off of turn number 4, battling for the lead. And at lap number 4, we've got our first lead change. It is Ethan Souza sitting atop the leaderboard.
Souza looking for his first win in 2024 with Blue and Massa. 2 by 2 marching door to door behind Souza as they hit the final corner. Souza will lead with Brent Robidoux trying to take a peek to the inside. Backs it up. He'll settle in for 4th with Greg Perry now rounding out the top 5.
Robidoux up down to the bottom, working that bottom lane, slicing his way through the field, and it looks like the 80 of Barishian showing some fluid coming out of the right rear, and he has got to head that car pit side before he gets the black flag. Down the backstretch, your leader is Ethan Souza by 3 lengths over the 14 over the 41 of Danny Massa, with Brent Robidoux knocking on the back door there.
6 laps on the board. Field starting to stretch itself out. Though tightly knitted in that 7th spot between Cordeira and Menard as Holdsworth heads pit side. Ethan Souza continues to lead laps with Massa in his rear view. Robidoux rounds out the podium. Perry, good run for Peter Blue, staying inside the top 5.
Yeah, Peter having a good run early on. We'll see if he can hold on. The 83, Josh O'Hara, is sitting in the 6th spot in blue. Just as we say that, goes up in smokes, and I'm guessing maybe a little bit of fluid down on the racetrack, but that caution comes out quickly because he was right in the middle of the field, and we are slowed up with 9 laps complete for the 47 of Peter Blue, and that blue doesn't mean blew it up a race. I can guarantee you that. I've never done it. I've watched it. We've had some of the best here at Seekonk. I don't want it. Field is set, ready to come off at turn number 4. Up on the throttle they come. We're back underway. Ethan Souza looking for his first win of the season in the Freddie Estelle prepared machine. Look at the battle 3 wide as the 4 of Menard gets shuffled up to the outside momentarily. The 77 of Aubin working that top lane as they come off of turn number 4. And you see KJ up there pointing to his head. He's not, and what he's telling these drivers is to think. Use your head when you're out there. Down into 3 and 4, and right now the battle is for 5th. Josh O'Hara down on the inside, Jared Cordeira on the outside as they close in on the 0 of Greg Perry.
Top 4 nose to tail as they head into 3 and 4. Robidoux now finds himself only 1 outside of his 2nd potential win of his young pure stock career. Ethan Souza is a driver that's been there, done that quite a few times, as has Massa and Perry and Cordeira, who round out the top 5. A little deeper in the field, battle for 8th between Henriques and Bettencourt. They race wheel to wheel across the stripe.
Henriques trying to work himself up through the field after a post-qualifying mishap and has worked himself up inside the top 10 and continues to climb that ladder, closing in on Matt Talbot in the 37. Up front, nose to tail across the stripe, and a warning to a couple of the drivers for a little bit of aggressiveness. We are 13 laps in on this one, and again, the officials looking at that number 80 of Barishian, who is back out on the racetrack.
Souza continuing to lead laps in this round 1 of the Everett's Auto Parts Triple Crown. He'll lead the charge next time by. They'll get the cross sticks.
15 down, 15 to go, and you can see If you look at through the windshield on that number 30, seesawing back and forth on the steering wheel, trying to keep the handles on that red number 30. They roll down into 3 and 4. Robidoux takes a peek down to the inside, but Souza is having none of that and is able to shut the door.
Robidoux all over the back bumper of Souza, as is Cordeira to Greg Perry, who'll take a peek to the inside. Now even off of 3 and 4. They touch. Cordeira spins, gathers it back in. We stay green.
Yeah, Cordeira with a great save through turns 3 and 4. Greg Perry trying to repay the favor as he settles right up on the tail end of that white number 20 and drifts to the high side down into turn number 3. Up front, Souza continues to hold on at the top of the leaderboard, and a lot of pressure from behind from the 25 of Robidoux.
Meanwhile, Cordeira and Perry still throwing haymakers at one another as Henriques dives to the bottom of the 83 of Josh O'Hara. They race wheel to wheel. A black flag is out for Holdsworth.
Down into turn number 1. Your leaders are now side by side. Robidoux takes a look to the inside. Souza up on the outside as they roll down into turn number 3. Wheel to wheel. Off the corner they come. Robidoux smooth on the bottom. Souza holding on the outside.
Massa rounds out the podium for now with Cordeira and Perry, your top 5. Up front, door handle to door handle is Souza and Robidoux, 2 of the youngest drivers in this division. They are even off of 4. Give it to Robidoux by half a car length.
Robidoux edges out to the top of the field. Souza settles in behind. Look for the crossover off at turn number 2. Down to the inside he goes, but Robidoux shuts the doors. They roll down into turn number 3.
Off of 4 they come. Robidoux will lead the single file charge with 22 laps on the board. Souza is behind him with Massa trailing and Cordeira following.
Down into 3 and 4 they go in heavy lap traffic ahead of your leaders. The passing flag out as your leaders thunder by down on the inside. Robidoux puts a little breathing room between he and Ethan Souza, about a car length between them as they come off at 2.
Into the backstretch they go. Field starting to stretch themselves out across lap traffic. Almost a cautionary tale for Jared Cordeira, with Robidoux leading the charge at lap 24. Souza trying to weave his way through the lap traffic. Massa, Cordeira in the fight as well.
Robidoux starting to put a little bit more breathing room on the field as the field has strung itself out around the 3rd mile. Off the corner they come. A 5-car length advantage down into 1, but they are closing in as they still come off of turn number 2 and heavy lap traffic. You get the 18 of Marcoux, the 95 of Benoit right in front of your leaders.
Robidoux trying to pick his poison as to when to go, when to touch up with 5 laps to go. Souza behind by 4 car lengths. Massa and Cordeira follow him. Perry round out the top 5. Henriques trying to move his way through lap traffic as well, but up front, Robidoux so far so good getting through that lap traffic.
Off the corner they come. Off of turn number 2, Robidoux to the outside of the number 9 of Perry. Works his way around. Contact. Robidoux goes around after contact with a lapped car. Caution flag comes out.
And they're going to send Todd Duffy to the pits.
Yeah, quick black flag for the 9. As Brent Robidoux had a great race going. Tonight, this time, it's the Pure Stocks. Looking for the green off of turn number 4. Souza and Massa come up on the throttle as we get back underway down into turn 1. Souza with an advantage, but here comes Cordeira glued to his rear bumper, and Henriques trying to follow through as well. They come off at turn 4. Twin sticks are in the air.
Pigs in a blanket, the top 9, top 11 from the rest of the field. Souza now breaks away by a car length ahead of Cordeira and Massa. Henriques in there. He is even all over the back bumper of Cordeira. They're stuck like glue. Ivory is out.
One more circuit to go and 3 Camaros setting the pace down into turn 1. Cordeira takes a look to the inside, runs out of room, settles it in back behind. Henriques ahead of Massa by a half a car length. Checkered flag is in the air. Ethan Souza comes off the corner. He'll hang on for the win. Cordeira second, third to Mike Henriques, and Bob Bettencourt the third, fourth. Danny Massa rounding out the top 5.
A great 30 laps.
Ethan, congratulations. Car looked real strong tonight. I know the 25 got by you, but man, you were able to hold off everybody else, and at the stripe, that's when it counted.
Yeah, I felt bad. I mean, he ran a good race, but right place, right time, so can't complain. No, the car was great all day long. Super fun to run this car again. No, just a great day. Had a rough start to the season, so definitely nice to pull this off and get our confidence back a little bit.
A lot of people working behind you to get you back here. I know you struggled a little bit earlier in the season. Round 1 of the Triple Crown, so you're in the finale already. You got to feel real good about this win.
Yeah, this one was cool. I got to thank Uncle Fred. I can't do it without him. A&E Metal Recycling came on board this year. Huge thank you to them. And then all the sponsors on the other car, Catman Sports, Family Cairo, Lucky's Irish Pub, Stevie's Wine and Spirits, Nectar Labs. Can't do it without their help.